Well, it's a good word, everybody. This is your man's the one, and this is the state of basketball, and we are back. As you can see, it's myself, the big man in the middle, Big Storm. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, my man? Just hanging in there, trying to make it make sense going into the holiday season. So very busy for me at work. Other than that, hanging in. Kicked it with Kendall a lot this weekend. She had her show at North Central. So doing well. How about you? I know you had birthdays and everything else going on.
Yeah, everything else going on. Yeah, I launched a new not website yet. I launched a new TikTok and IG page just for the cooking side of things. I got some great ideas popping up here for myself and ties into BW Sports One with some cooking themes going on. So I got that popping off. High school basketball for the girls just started this week. We Mac had her first two games with Carmel. Two very good games for her. The team is 1-1, so looking forward to some exciting that. And then the wife, turned another year wiser than I this year. So we've just been chilling, man. Just been chilling, watching the disrespect of Miles Turner continue. Since he is the most consistent pacer player right now with a total of 47 blocks, 17 more than anybody else in the league. But, other than that, we're doing real good. We're doing real good.
Good deal. Well, there definitely is a lot going on. I got a couple things I want to talk about. I know you do as well. So let's get it rolling, man.
Hey, to be honest with you, I only got about maybe one or two things I want to talk about. Miles Turner be one of them. Just the total disrespect that Miles Turner's getting, and the fact that Rudy Gobert ain't about that life his damn self.
Well, he's a Frenchman. He's a Frenchman, so
that lets me
typically
know
they're
he ain't
not
about that life. Yeah, the only three that are in the MMA.
But no, we can talk about it. We can talk about it though. I felt like it was much to do about nothing, to be honest. Something else I want to talk about was also the Joker's incident, so we can tie these guys together. But I feel like both of them were I came up in the late 80s, early 90s, so this was much to do about nothing. I understand the league is trying to turn a corner and, be more fan friendly, if that's what it is. But to me, it was just two guys passionate about the game and passionate about what was going on and felt the way they felt. And I personally don't have a problem with it. I don't feel like Miles was, doing anything outside of, we've been in those situations, right, Dane? We've been there, right? If you care,
and that's
it
why
shows you care.
That's why I'm shaking my head to your answers. Like, nah, bro. No, bro. This ain't for the fans. If this shit was for the fans, we'll let them knuckle up. I want to see which one of these cats is like that. Rudy, you talking like I got a boxing coach. Whoop-de-woo. Miles is from Texas. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that match. You know what I mean? Because as I looked at it, Rudy would, I want to see that match. Bring back celebrity death match with athletes. Yes. The claymation, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But, I look at it as in that particular situation, I look at it as in Rudy was frustrated because Miles was giving him the business offensively and defensively in that particular game. And then on that play, Miles blocked another shot, which would have gave him his sixth blocked shot for that game, dominance. You know what I'm saying? So Rudy's mad. He pulls his shorts, which creates him to get bad leverage and trips over him. Yeah, I'm frustrated. You're standing right there. You don't make the damn call. And then he goes off and gives me a little shoulder bump. That's the bump that Joker was supposed to give your boy last week. But he went gave him one. Yeah, but he gave him one of them Serbian boys. Like, hey, this is a Serbian bump. Please believe the Joker is about that life, dog. He's got a brother that's an MMA fighter and another brother who is dead time for breaking people's bones. So
hey,
I don't want to mess with them Serbians, man.
How about this? How about Joker's brother decided to enter the Twitter universe immediately to back up his brother? Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Immediately. Like, hold on, bro. If you bout that, you know exactly what we do. You know what I mean? Yeah. That is great. But if you look at it, I didn't. The thing that got me upset about that particular play was how the coaches, like Spoelstra, nice guy, you know, you stick up for your players and all, whatever. But talking about that was a take foul. That was so far from a take foul. The guy's whole ribs is exposed. You put your shoulder in his ribs like he was, you know, going up for a pass over the middle. So don't give me that take foul. He got everything that he deserves, and he has a history of that type of activity in the league. And let's not let it slip. Joker has been fined a couple times for some egregious hard fouls. So, hey, he's got to switch loose. He's Serbian. Hey. They make people disappear. I'm just saying.
So I was going to say that. So typically in the past, a lot of people like to bring up that the players from overseas are a bit soft. So do you subscribe to that, knowing that the things that they deal with over there, which is a lot different than what we deal with, but here in the States. So do you subscribe to that they are a softer player?
What, the European player?
Correct.
It just depends on where that European player is from. If he's from Eastern Europe, you know, if he's around that Serbian area, Serbia, Russia, that old USSR, if you're around there, Czechoslovakia, or you know, those old countries. I can't remember right now because I've had some oil watching these football games. But yeah, any of those guys over there, they got the Russian ties to them, that blood in them, that Slavic. I mean, I don't want to mess with them dogs. Leave them alone because they grow up in war where you're fighting your neighbor all day, every day, bombs, and you know, people come up missing and shit. Morris, you from St. Louis, pimp. Granted, it's hard in St. Louis. There's some rugged areas in St. Louis, but your country is not at war. It's a whole different feel, man. Hey, man, I'll go right back over into Serbia and just do my thing. They not ready. But I will say, as to kick it with Rudy Gobert, there are very few. There's nobody. I agree with him. There's nobody in the league that's about their life. There are about maybe 4 or 5 guys in the league that's about their life.
And they typically touched in some way.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
No, I'm
Russell
just saying
Westbrook.
players in general, like Ron touched.
He's touched.
I know Lance ain't in the league, but he got a little Ron in him too. I feel like your point guard out of LA, Westbrook, got a little bit of Ron in
him. Hey, Big Ben, I'm reading your comments from YouTube. We can talk football stuff on Wednesday. I know you're hating that Michigan win. I mean, it was absolutely fabulous win. Good teams find a way to win ugly games. So we'll take that one. We'll be ready for Maryland next week, and we'll be ready for Ohio State in 2 weeks.
Hey,
I'm saying.
How about, since this is a basketball show, we talk about Michigan men's basketball and how we coming out doing the thing with Dickerson.
We'll get there in just a second. Hey, Lance didn't go into the stands. He wasn't on that team.
No, but he's a little touched. He got a little Ron in him. He got a little bit.
A comment said Lance was in the stands. Lance wasn't on that team. Lance think was still in high school when they went into the that was Ron. That was Artest, Ben Wallace. Yeah. Man, that was good. No, we're not going to talk about the Steelers either today, but I did lose. and you can't count it. But there's no Ben. Your backup quarterback is Mason Rudolph. I'd rather play Haskins. I'd rather play the boy from OSU. Yes, I would have, because Mason has sucked for goddamn generations. Who went into the land? It wasn't Lance Stevenson. It was the dude who's got the what's name brother, Michael Lloyd brother.
Who's
Steven Jackson?
Yeah, Steven Jackson.
Greg Floyd was brother. Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. It was J.O. I think Tinsley was on that team, and then that was the immediate dismissal of anything positive because they went to Dunleavy and Troy Murphy.
Yes. It's still paying Jonathan Bender. But anyway, so yes. So there's nobody, there's a few guys in the league right now that's still about their life. I think Russell Westbrook is about their life. I think Patrick Beverly is about their life. I think Jimmy Butler is about their life. And I'm not sure about Kevin yet. You know what I mean? KD gives you size.
Nah,
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant at size.
About that. KD is about that Twitter life.
He give you signs every once in a while that he is from the DC area. So I don't know about him just yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's got enough conscience. Like he's got enough conscience just to keep it together. He said Jimmy Butler is soft as toilet paper. That's why Minnesota's in the dumps. It took Chicago to get forever to be good. Who else? Boston has not recovered really yet from the loss of Jimmy Butler. So
I just feel like Jimmy Butler is not afraid to take a punch.
No, Jimmy Butler, not Black Booth. Black Booth. If you watched Bones, I know you watched Bones, did you?
Oh, the TV show?
Yes.
Little girl. Yeah.
Yes. Look at the cop Booth and then put Jimmy Butler's face right there. He's Black Booth.
But moving on, man. I got a lot of stuff.
Yes, moving on. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Because my shit is weak today.
Well, I got you. That's why we work well together. So here's the first thing I want to talk about is Golden State 11-1 without Wiseman or Clay. Steph dropping 50 and 10 and the oldest to do it. I just love their style of play, man. And that's really at the end of the day what it's about for me. Their game, when played the right way, is exactly how I like to play. So big ups to them doing it without two key players. What are your thoughts on it?
I am totally psyched out about this, or psyched in about this Golden State, man. They're playing absolutely great basketball. Steph Curry is getting his hoop on. And what I really like about it is the other players that is getting it done to allow him to do even more of what he's doing. You got Poole right now, who should be sixth man, who's playing like the sixth man of the year. Go Blue, by the way. Jordan Poole is finding his stroke. And if you look at it, the games that Steph has had bad scoring games, which, I mean, bad scoring game is 20 points plus, you know what I'm saying? But bad scoring games, Poole has picked up on that scoring end. You know, Draymond Green, again, is anchoring the defense. You know, he's not going to get the credit that he deserves on the defensive end as when it comes to being Defensive Player of the Year again with this year, you know, with Miles Turner blocking shots the way he is, Rudy Gobert dominating, Anthony Davis controlling defensive possessions from the five, and also Giannis. It's going to be hard for him to get a Defensive Player of the Year, but he is anchoring that defense quite well and bringing it along. So when you add Klay Thompson and Wiseman when they come back, I think it's going to be great. And GP Jr. is getting clocked. You know what I mean? So it's only going to make their bitch better. Hey, playing defense like his daddy, you know what I'm saying? So
Glove 2.0.
2.0, because he is locking boys down, but he's got ups like his uncle or Godfather Sean Kemp, though. But he's catching them gloves. So I'm feeling what Golden State is, you know. And so I think there's a couple pieces that they could use. I think they could use a big man with the performance of Poole and Peyton Jr. I think it's going to allow them freedom to ship away that useless contract of Wiggins. Yeah, I know he dunked on Karl-Anthony Towns twice the other day. Ooh, both of y'all soft niggas played together, so who really cares? Ooh, you banged on another soft ass dude. So ooh.
Not so, two softies. Two softies coming together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just make one big ass softy. So I feel that can be a trading bargain, but I do like Golden State.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like I said, I love the play. That's definitely reminds me of the Magic Johnson Laker era, which I fell in love with, and the movement and the back cutting and just everybody working together for that continuous go. All right.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Iguodala did sign with Golden State.
And that was
he is back there in Golden State. Yes, a lot on their defense. Good job. Go ahead, my bad.
So the surprise start so far, I get it. We're like, 15, 12, 13 games into the season. What are you surprised with the most? I got the Lakers. Lakers coming in at Lakers coming in at 7-6. I got Portland 6-7. I got Atlanta, which I had big hopes for, 4-9, and I got the defending champs at 6-7. What are you more surprised at?
Say the two. I was reading the comments. Say the other two again.
So I had Lakers, Portland, Atlanta, Milwaukee.
And you want to know which one?
What are you surprised most with? Yeah, the poor start.
I'm surprised. Actually, I'm surprised more with the Lakers' poor start. I am, because I figured not that they'd be sitting at the top of the West, but I figured they'll be competitive in more games. I wouldn't think that they would look this bad. Like Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? You're like he's doing like committing the most turnovers ever in his career. You know, I don't know, man. I think they could be in a better spot. But I will say they are built for the playoffs, but you got to get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I think that's troubling. I'm not concerned about Milwaukee, because you got to think 3 of those guys played in the Olympics. So they'll be all right. Milwaukee will be just fine. Atlanta's kind of tough to figure out why they're playing so bad. You know what I mean? Is it the play calling differential? Trey's not being able to create from the free throw line as much? Or I don't know. Maybe Nate McMillan was just a 6-month excitement factor. But they got to figure some things out, because they got some people down there in Atlanta.
Yeah, I would definitely say Atlanta is the most surprising for me personally. I felt like they were on the verge of taking that next step, beating the Knicks in the playoffs last year, and how Trey stepped up. And also, what's my other guy that dunks all the time? Help me out here.
Collins.
Yes, Collins. I thought they were taking next step, and definitely, and I get it, it's the first itty-bitty piece of the year, but I expected more. I definitely expected more. Milwaukee, I don't know, man. Do you feel like Milwaukee will get back to the finals again? Do you feel like everything lined up perfectly for them? Do you see them in the finals again?
I mean, the only thing that lined up perfect for them is Kevin Durant's feet weren't as big as he wanted. I mean, were just an inch too big. That was pretty much it. I think Milwaukee, different from other champions, that things were that just like from Phoenix, but they didn't win it. But I think the West fell into place just right for Phoenix. Like Milwaukee had to go out and win that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think they earned. I think they can get back. You know what I mean? For one, they're their most complete team. For two, it's still that they have to be beaten. You know what I mean? We've seen that they can play with different lineups and different people being the star, with Middleton taking his own, Drew Holiday coming in, and they putting great shooters around it. And they've actually gotten better on the bench, even though they got rid of PJ Tucker, added in George Hill. I mean, bringing back George Hill. So I think they're pretty good. I wouldn't worry too much about them. I think the surprise to me right now of good teams are playing teams that you didn't think were playing good. No, back to the other team you mentioned, Portland. Portland, I'm not surprised. Portland, I think they're exactly where I thought they were going to be. You know what I mean? And it's not a knock on Dame. It's just that I don't think they did enough to help him out. You know what I mean? CJ McCollum ain't it. You know what I mean? So I think they're right where they want to be. But a team that I'm excited to see playing well is Cleveland. Yes. Without Kevin Love.
Yes.
So Cleveland's exciting. Washington is exciting.
Yeah, and I know Sexton is the one out of Cleveland, right? Sexton, they're at 9-5 right now. Sexton doing his thing, and my guy, Big Fro, that came out of Brooklyn.
Jared
like
Allen
too, man. Yeah, I like Allen too.
Yeah, both of them were playing well. Both of them got good contracts. Allen got a great contract to go to Cleveland, but it's not just them. Their rookies are playing good ball. You know what I mean? The boy from UCLA, Woodley, is that his name? Woodley, I think it is. He's doing well. I mean, Cleveland is hooping. They got a little young guy too outside of Sexton. They can put that ball on the ground and put it up. So
good deal. I mean, all right, I got another one for you.
You're going to go back. Go ahead.
I got another one for you. What do you feel? Do you feel like Anthony Edwards out of Minnesota Timberwolves is the second coming of Kevin Garnett? Now, when I say that, I mean a great player that is just put in an impossible situation playing with the Timberwolves, even though they do have Big Cat there with
them. Well, anytime you put Cat involved, it knocks him down 3 or 4 notches.
Well, you know that, KG stayed there for a long time trying to get that franchise right. And he really
so did Kevin Love.
He didn't
and so did Kevin
success.
Love.
Yeah.
So he could be.
Because he's balling,
at this
though.
stage,
Anthony Edwards is like an unsung, no one talks about, but really gets it in.
Because I'm gonna tell you what jacked him up is the night before draft night. You talk about, I don't know if I really love basketball, man. It's just something I do. Say that kind of hurts people, but I guess you figuring out you love it and you want to do it.
How about this? How about the fact that he really doesn't love it and he's still doing this well?
Yes. And the only way you don't hear about him because he's in Minnesota, he's not getting any help from first round draft pick Carl Anthony's fake ass Towns. Now I know he's had some troubles, over the last year with the family, due to COVID, and I think he lost 9 members of his family. You know what I mean? So there's some pressure on him, but that's last year. That has nothing to do with his whole entire career in Minnesota. Has been soft as toilet paper, as my man Big Ben said here. He's wet paper bag. You know what I mean? And so you put anything with him, and it's going to fail. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler called it out immediately. I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. So, unlike his predecessors before, he has Kevin Love and Kevin Garnett. He has the opportunity that he can get out and still have a decent amount of his career left. You know what I mean? Them two couldn't get out, and then they had loyalty, and then there's no loyalty anymore from franchise to player and player to franchise. So I think he does have opportunity to get out. And we got here Thomas Mormon.
I feel like that'd be the best move for him after this contract is to go ahead and go. Because
go ahead, go. You know what I mean? When they want to give you that rookie extension, go ahead and say I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on.
All right. This is the last one for the NBA, and I actually got something for the women's as well. So I know you like that. Early MVP. So we got Kati with 29.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 5 assists. We got Steph Curry, 27.4 points, 6.5 rebounds, which is surprising. Like, I feel like Steph is a sneaky rebounder, and 6.5 assists. We got Joker at 25.4 points, 13 boards, 5 assists. How about this one? PG. We got 26.7, 8.2, 5.4. And how about another sneaky one, DeRozan with 26 points, 5.8 and 3.8. And then we got Giannis and Luka, but they're not even registering quite yet. So what are your thoughts on the early play of these players?
If you wanted to go off of the exact meaning of the words MVP, most valuable player to their team, I would have to start off.
I feel like, okay, I have to disagree. I feel like MVP is the most valuable player of the league, which, yes, your team success plays into that, but also who transcends or who helps the league become most successful.
Then they should make two different awards. They should make the most popular player and then the MVP, the most valuable player. Because to me, the most valuable player is a person that if you take them off that team cannot win. You put them anywhere else, then that team will win. That's what I take from it for if you want to go technical. But for me right now, if you want to go off the most valuable player of it, I have to start with Steph. Then I'd have to go with Paul George. And then I'd have to go with Kevin Durant in that order. Because if you look at Steph, you take Steph out of there, Golden State is not – they're floating around, you know what I'm saying? I would say the Thunder, but the Thunder can beat the Lakers. They'll be floating around the bottom, you know what I mean? And the way Paul George is playing without Kawhi Leonard started off a struggle, but Paul has got that alpha mentality back that he had in here in Indiana, and you see it. I mean, he's getting winners, and he's won that.
They're number 5 right now. They're number 5.
He's won that smoke.
And 8-4. Yeah, and
up until 35 points from KD the other day, he was leading the league in scoring. Paul was getting it up. So I like those three guys. And Kevin Durant, obviously, to me, I think he's the best player in the league right now. So, but obviously he's going to be in those categories. And then, like you said, Luka and Giannis start to venture up a little more as the season progresses when Giannis starts to actually start playing, these games. I think the first person that's going to fall out is Luka.
You really do?
I hate to say it. I
really like Luka, man. He's like
I do, but I don't like Luka's buddies.
Yeah, I hear that. Even though we got 2 Michigan boys on that squad.
I'm not liking his buddies. You know what I mean? This unicorn.
It's more Kristoff, I feel like. Porzingis is not holding up his end of the bargain. I feel like due to injuries, due to whatever. But I feel like when he was in New York, he was definitely a phenom. So that's a shout out to my childhood best friend, Dr. Martin, talking about Steph for MVP. Appreciate the shout out. But yeah, oh man, I really like Luka, man. I really do. So I feel like it's not going to be him. Like he really puts it in. He has that dog in him. He's got that Eastern European, old Russia in him. So he's got that dog in him. So I definitely like to see him do well. And him and Trey is also always tied together. So as much as I want to see him succeed, I also want to see Trey because I don't have nothing against Lil DeBarge. So I want to see him be successful as well.
Hey, to me, little baby hair is always he's successful enough. And the fact that he's got that rookie contract extension, I've already say he's successful because I was like, this cat is not gonna be in the league like that. And then, but yeah, I mean, I do, man. I love watching Luka play. It's just I have so many questions about everybody around him. One starting with Porzingis, and I hate to put the Michigan boys in those questions too. But dude, you gotta play some defense, man. And the West is tough. The West, you can't be half-ass doing it. You know what I mean? Luka can't do it all. I mean, he could do damn near pretty much. But shit, you know what I mean? Help me, please.
But they had a good start. They got a good start. They're number 4. They're number 4 in the West right now, 8-4. So, hey, even with all their shortcomings, they seem to be overcoming a lot.
Hey, here's the question that everybody wants to know. When are we going to put Zion Williamson as a bust? Exactly what point in time are we going to label him a bust? Because for me, I feel it's getting close.
So here's my question with that. So I hate to give you a question with the question, but at the same time, yes, technically bust territory, but was it his fault? Like Greg Oden, your alma mater, LN. Was he a bust because of his play, or was he a bust because the ability that we all know is the best ability is availability?
Well, wouldn't that be the same? You know what I mean?
No, because you could be a bust because you just people were wrong, right, because people was wrong about your talent, or you could be a bust because you never had the opportunity to achieve your max talent. You never had the opportunity to achieve that because you could never stay on the floor.
I can give you that. I can go with that bust. I mean, because we all seen what he could do. Because I listen, when I first saw his name on YouTube and all these things going around watching him, the first thing that I noticed was the competition that these things were being done on. You know what I mean? If I in high school went and played at a 1A school, goddamn right, I'll be doing a whole bunch of extracurricular things in the air and on the floor because this is a totally different talent pool. You know what I mean? But soon as I watched him at Duke that 1 year or them 12 games, you know what I mean? And then the 8 games his rookie year, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this dude's hey, there's something there. You can't score 40 points with no jump shots and not be there at you're under 6'6".
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's got to be something there. But I mean, like we've always said, or like you've always said, the best ability is availability. So yeah, technically we got to put him at a bust or almost. I won't say yet. I mean, we see you more in street clothes and Jordan sweatsuits than we do on the floor.
Yeah, and you could be a bust and then have a reason for that bust. You are a bust, unfortunately, because you couldn't stay healthy enough to show us, you know, your max out talent. Like, it's unfortunate, but that's what it was. You take the weight, and unfortunately, the weight does play a factor in the torque that you put on those knees, those ankles. Something's bound to happen. I feel bad.
Yeah,
I think about my guy out of Chicago, Derrick Rose. I feel like that's what stymied his career was just do y'all remember the things that he was doing and the torque that he put on his body to be able to do Derrick the things Rose, that he was doing?
Who did he get? Was that Steve Nash that he got like that where he went for that on that steel? He put that thing back here. His heels was touching his ass, and he had the ball like back here between his shoulder blades.
Was it Spreewell-esque?
Yes. I was like, ooh, Derrick Rose. Yeah, I mean, he was super explosive, but I love seeing how he's playing, how he's progressed, how he's grown into his new type of body and new type of game. I think he's good for the Knicks. I think the Knicks is good for him.
I think he has the potential to have a career like Vince Carter, how Vince started out and then how he matured in the league, and Jason Kidd as well, how he found a way to get that niche and be able to who would ever thought when Jason Kidd came in the league that he'd be at one point the most 3 points made, you know, whoever would have thought.
Yeah, top 5 in 3-point points made in NBA history. This dude couldn't hit shit.
All right.
It said exit. What do you say? Hold on 1 second. What do you say? Expectations were too high for Zion. We always wanted to crown someone the next MJ or the next LeBron.
So I feel like we do. That's just unfortunately the culture we come from. We're in we need it now. We're in that internet age. We're in that I need clicks. We're in that we need the next one right now. Unfortunately, like I said, he had the potential, but unfortunately, the ability that he's lacking is the availability of those players.
Agreed.
But he definitely
what else you
had
got?
a shot. All right.
He's got a shot.
Moving on to women's ball. I only got one topic. I thought you would have brought the heat for us, but at least I did get one. So one is so Big Ten is on the verge of being the best conference for women. We have
for women and men's. Women and
Maryland.
men's.
We have, let me get it out. We have Maryland at 4. We got Indiana at 8, Iowa at 9, Michigan at 11, and Ohio State, whatever. 17 ranked for the Big Ten.
Hey,
your thoughts
Michigan
on
girls,
the Big Ten in general?
Michigan girls just thumped IUPUI the other day. Noles Holman had 30 plus, a double-double. You know, I'm strong on the women's games too, because that pipeline that Michigan has coming out of Hamilton County, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite frequently seeing Michigan Stouts at Hamilton basketball games with, all these girls going to Michigan. You know what I mean? So it's a good start. They got a good Indiana lineup. I think they got 4 girls on the squad right now from Indiana. 2 of them like Mrs. Basketball. So pretty exciting to see. Actually, I think Michigan has a good chance of winning the Big Ten and maybe being a Sweet 16 team. Like last year, they didn't win the Big Ten, but I think they could be a Sweet 16 team. IU looks very strong. A lot of good guards, a lot of good rugged guards, good shooters, good fundamentals. But you're looking at the Big Ten, you kind of like Maryland to stand out there. They got a good pipeline in Northern Indiana with 3 girls out of Washington High School in South Bend. So you got those sisters over there at Maryland pretty good with one coming in. So Maryland's always going to stand out. But if you're going to look on the whole national scene, you gotta stay, at the top with Don Stanley with that huge contract extension that she got and them dogs that she got in South Carolina, boy. She's got some beast over there. So looks pretty good, but you can't never count out Stanford out west. And again, back into the Big Ten with the young lady at Iowa, who I think was the all-time high school scoring record. Her and Paige Beckett, Paige out of UConn, who just signed the first huge endorsement deal for a college women athlete. So the women's game is holding strong. They're doing well.
Yeah. But you got to say something when you got 5 teams in the top 17. Yeah, that's saying something. Big Ten, you better watch out.
The league is tough.
Rest of the world, right? Rest of the world. And one last thing, I got to throw Michigan in there. What do you think? Player of the year, Naz Hillman. You feel like she's going to repeat?
In the Big Ten, yes.
Naz Hillman, yeah, the player of the year.
Yeah, Naz Hillman. Yeah, in the Big Ten, she will repeat as player of the year because she's tough, man. She's a Charles Barkley type player. She plays underneath the bucket. Well, pretty much all women play underneath the bucket, but you know what I mean by what she plays. It's not a lot of vertical and springing around. She's very fundamental, good, strong back to the bucket, and she's stretching out now to hit that 12 to 15-foot jump shot. I think she has a very good chance to be back-to-back Big Ten Player of the Year and being on that National Player of the Year conversation.
Good deal. So that's all I got, bro. So if you want to go into
you got to jump on the other. Well, you got to jump on the other side for college basketball. You can't stop out the men because you just think the guys. Hey, they started off great. The Michigan guys started off good. Another excellent recruiting class from Juwan Howard mixed in with a lot of upperclassmen coming back. The Eli Brooks coming back is huge for Michigan. Hunter Dickinson is going to have a great year. I think he's going to be one of the top 2 or 3 players in the Big Ten for Player of the Year. He's just had to get a little bit more versatile than he did last year with the Frankenstein. There's so much in the paint, but they got an exciting freshman who can shoot the damn lights out the gym. So Juwan's got a great squad, but the Big Ten on the boys' side is tough too. They got 5 ranked teams them damn selves. So, but the best player in the country is Gonzaga. Man, if you didn't watch Timmy play last
say Gonzaga? What about my guy?
I said the best player. I said the best player.
That's what I was about to say. My guy out of Duke, because I'm not. I know
that young boy, that person's
on his. Yeah, Seseshi's on his last little tour, and he's leaving with a bang. Because I saw a couple highlights, but my guy is nice.
Oh, he's nice. He's got it all. He's a 3-level scorer. I can't remember his last name. I think it starts with a C. Because he's going to be the first pick in the draft. I mean, first or second pick in the draft. Outstanding. But we got to forget to equate college players and pro players. You know what I mean? He's a pro, and he's going to be a good pro. Timmy's a Leitner type dude. He's a college player. He might be a Kaminsky guy in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? But in college, dude, he's the best college player right now. Timmy is nice. He got all that footwork, all that smoke. He can hit the J. He came back for a reason. He wants to get Gonzaga that national championship. I'm telling you, man. If ain't nobody, I know a lot of people out east don't get to see a lot of them out west teams. You know what I mean? But UCLA is really, 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 really good. People forget they were one of the 4N teams last year and went to the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? They were a 4N team, you know, and they were turning every single player. They were the whole team. So you got to like that, you know. So, and what Gonzaga did to Texas last night, man, was just disrespectful. Timmy had more points. He had more points than the starting 5 in the first half. Oh, yeah, but Duke's got a good one. I mean, at Kentucky, you know, I don't really give no. Kansas is decent, and you know, we got an Indiana boy on Kansas. You got Coleman Lands, Kansas, who is Imhotep and Shabaka's nephew, the oldest player in college basketball. I think he's been in the transfer portal by 3 times. So, and then he got the COVID year. Yeah, he got the COVID protocol at the COVID year. Then you got a redshirt year for an injury year. So, yeah, you've been playing college basketball for like 8 years.
It reminds me of Booth in Penn State. I don't know if you remember Booth back when the Fab Five, but I felt like he was at Penn State forever. He had like grandkids, and he was still at Penn State.
So it's an exciting. I mean, both sides of the college basketball, the women's and the men, is going to be a great year. It's going to be a good year for college basketball, and when you're going to see more kids get these endorsement deals too, the better they play. So,
yeah, definitely excited about that.
And you know, here in Indiana, we're just getting into high school play. This going to be nice, man. The boys get started here in about 2 weeks. The girls started. The boys start Thanksgiving weekend. So the boys get started here in about 2 weeks. The girls have already started. We've already seen some huge blowouts. We've already seen a 5-star recruit from Noblesville, Ashlyn Shea, put up 30 points like 3 games in a row. So
this is the best time. It's the best time of the year.
I'm gonna be out a lot. I'm gonna be seeing a whole lot of games, not just my daughter's games. I'm about to sneak out. There's some good players in the game, man. So I'm excited.
Good deal. Well, I feel like we had a great show today. You ready to end it off so we can get back on this football and enjoy the rest of the evening? Yes, because
I'm almost out of drink. I gotta drink down this tie. Goddamn tie in football. All right, let me click on some stuff here. We didn't play no commercials. We just went right with it.
I thought that's how we was rocking today. I thought that's how we was rocking.
Yeah, it's short order cook today, you know. All right, so what you got for the Eye of the Storm, bro?
So for the Eye of the Storm, I would want to give a shout out to the veterans, and not only all veterans, but especially the veterans of color. Me being the son of a veteran, Gregory Ernest Mormon was in the Air Force. Definitely put his life on the line for his country as well as his family. Luckily, he made it through for your boy Storm to be able to be in existence. So I definitely give a shout out to all the veterans, especially the veterans of color, because they definitely had to go through a little more than your average veteran, and still was out there fighting for their country. So one love from your boy Big Storm to all the veterans.
Well, shout out to Greg Mormon. I didn't know OG was an Air Forceman. I didn't know he was. I knew he was a man. I didn't know his old Forceman. That explains so much. Now I get it. Nothing bad, not at all, but I get it. The Air Force is different. They different than the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? They more, you know what I mean? Because they don't do the dirty work. They don't do the grunt work. You know what I'm saying? We scored high on the ass fab. You know what I'm saying? We scored high on the ass fab. We didn't do the grunt work. Shout out to David for knowing the ass fab test. No, awesome. Like I'm down with that. Shout out to all the veterans who've done a lot for, you know, our country, especially veterans of color. Like you said, you know, they do go through more, have to put up with more to fight for a country that thinks less. So much shout out. And obviously my late stepfather, Dickie Gilbert, was a Marine. So obviously shout out to him and all the other armed force veterans. So that was the Eye of the Storm. The one good thing is me. There you got it. I can't do you nothing better than that. One good thing. All right, so there you have it, folks. That is episode 35, Eye of the Storm, brought to you by Elite Performance. Zach, Dirr, get you guys all shaped up in the shape that you want to be in. 765-499-1005. Revved Up Tattoos, our good friends Todd and Kati Durham over at Revved Up Tattoos will get your body inked the way you want it, get your therapy taken care of. You hit them up at 317-537-2667 and BeeLit Organics and our good friends, fighter friends, for all of your CBD extra supplement needs. So there you have it. Check out all things that we do here on BW Sports on the website, BWSPORTS.com. If you got any services that you would like us to take care of for you, hit us up at info.bwsports1.com. And we are out of here from the big man Storm in the middle, the shooter swing man from the wing. Ooh, lefties unite. We're out.
Hit the button.